So I start by chapter 4. There is 20 chapters. I felt inspired more by this. So surely one, so it's Janaka. So it's a dialogue between Janaka and Ashtavakra. Ashtavakra is a 8-curve sage. He has a body which was not normal, and Janaka was a king, and so Janaka called Ashtavakra as a sage to awaken him, to give him instant knowledge, an awakening. And that's the story I heard from my masters in the past. And so first everybody was laughing at him, Ashtavakra, because he was shaped in a very strange way, like not looking good. So, but finally, when he started to speak, they were all amazed, because they could feel he was speaking from another space, you know. And so that's a dialogue between Janaka and Ashtavakra. But Janaka speak now later on, after he had awakening somehow, a new vision through the contact of Ashtavakra. So Janaka said, because it's dialogue between the two. So Janaka said, surely one who knows self, though he plays a game of life, differs greatly from the world's bewildered burdened beasts. Truly, the yogi feels no elation, no, like your great elation, though he abides in the exalted state, yearned for by Indra and all the discontented gods. Surely, one who knows that is not touched by virtue or vice, just as space is not touched by smoke, though it seems to be. Who can prevent the great soul who knows the universe as self from living life as it comes? Of the 4 kinds of beings, from Brahma to a blade of grass, only the sage can renounce aversion and desire. So that's an interesting line for me to say few words. Only the sage can renounce aversion or desire. So aversion is to push away. I don't like that, you know, or to renounce. Either I don't like or to renounce to something. And desire is to pull to ourselves. I want this, I like this. So this is basically the 2 movements of the mind, who separate in duality things in 2. What is good, what is bad. So desire is the action to pull toward myself what I like, and aversion is to push away what I don't like, right? So these 2 movements. So, but this applies to both, what is looking positive or negative, good or bad. I can desire to be in the light of God. I can desire to take drugs. I can desire to kill someone. I can desire to be with nice people in a sad song place. I can aversion for not good things, like doing bad action and like this. But some people can have aversion for being good also, you see. So, but both movements, aversion and desires, is a movement of the mind. That's what's interesting to see there. So so for some time we need, because to play the game and to desire more good action, good things, and to go toward gods and to the masters and so on. So, but that's also a movement of the mind.
You say to distinguish? We have the capacity to distinguish between good and bad?
Yeah, aversion is to push away. Push, it's a play of push and pull. So the interesting thing is to look, observe as consciousness, and to look at these 2 movements of the minds and how it works. And the mind tends to attract what he likes and to push away what he doesn't like. So for someone who is on the spiritual path, he will go through a stage usually by pushing away what is not good, like intoxicant or bad companies or bad thoughts, and to attract, to desire what is good, contact with good things, sad
Well,
song,
this is a matter of
whatever.
choice.
Huh?
It's a matter of choice. We can
Yes, so
choose.
you can choose to go in the positive direction, even to be like in the golden space. I want to be there. So all is very natural. So there is a preference to be more in the positive track, but then we might be.
Frank, excuse me.
Yes.
I'm not able to see any faces.
Yes.
Okay.
So so it's there's nothing wrong with that. It's just to recognize we are still using the mind. On the spiritual path, for a long time, we need to use sadhana practice and use the mind to push away what is not good and to attract and to desire what is good. So it's all normal, fine until here, but we'll stay stuck if you don't realize it's still working with the movement of the mind of push and pull. So what we can do from there is notice, hey, why it's not really working? We can see that it's still a movement. And what is looking at this movement of pushing and pulling? It is a consciousness which is not moving, which is not in time and space, which is our true nature, which can look at this movement of like and dislike, pushing and pulling, desire and aversion. So that would be the next step, to withdraw from this game of the mind who play with the game of I like and don't like. At some point, even in spirituality, we'll find that it's not really satisfying. It was helping up to some point, like it's necessary to move away from something to something else, but still it's a movement. So that was a note I wanted to do on that. Anything you want to comment or ask about that? No? Okay. So I continue. Rare is he who knows himself as one with no other. The Lord of the universe. He acts as he knows and is never afraid. So often when we refer to the one, it might look as a sage, as a person. And that's a mistake in my view that is there, is to see that it's a person who has no other. But it's not about a person, it's about consciousness which is beyond duality, beyond me and you, etc. So a person, it's not really about a person. So chapter 5, Ashtavakra said, you are immaculate, touched by nothing. What is there to renounce? The mind is complex. Let it go. Know the peace of dissolution. The universe arises from you, like foam from the sea. Know yourself as one, enters the peace of dissolution. So you are immaculate, judged by nothing. Again, it's not referring to a person, it's referring to our consciousness, which is not personal. It appears as a person, but it's more something which is impersonal, touched by nothing. So it's already the case. Our consciousness is not touched by anything, even by war, by killing, by birth and death. But as we are identified, I finish just my sentence. As we are identified with body mind, then we don't experience it. So it's just a shift of attention. It's already there, that which is not touched. But so yes, Suzanne.
Yes, but in the theory, it's very clear. But we are human beings with our minds, feelings, and daily life, and I feel it's not really working. It's working for Sant, but Sant, he is in another state of consciousness, like we normal people.
Yeah, so a saint is someone who is who has gone, maybe we would say, all the way, and that is totally disidentified. But even if we are on the way, we can have a level of consciousness which is different from a normal person, right? So
Yes.
that's the difference. And then we can speak from there, not even as a saint, but as if even we have this some level of consciousness, we can speak from there. And so yes, saints are people who are like rare people, but still we evolve, no? So for example, in your case, I don't know for you, but for me, since 30 years is a lot of difference in 30 years and now. So that's the evolution, you know, how much you is for me it's just a level of identification with that, how much you identified your eye, how much it is glue with that. I was 100% identified with that 30 years ago, now not, you see. So that's a big difference.
I didn't
So
understand.
you know,
Explain.
identified, when me ego, if I believe I experience I'm only this, and then it's like a glue, me is only this, there is no other space, it's total identification. That's the state of normal people, most of the people, maybe 95% of the people in the
More.
world. Yes. So I was also like this 30 years ago, but now I'm not a saint, but you know, it's a big difference for so that's we evolve. So identification with the body mind, the more we it goes, the less it is. So we even if we are not a saint, right? So yes, so we may suffer still from identification, but maybe you have noticed in your case, Suzanne, some shift since
Yes,
you're on
yes,
the
yes,
path. So that's what we are talking about, right? So
yes.
yes, so now we can, if we have some you know, some awareness of that, which is not just theory, of course. And so for example,
But you think what I wanted to say, sometimes it's also good to honor that we are human beings, to honor that we have shortcomings, that we have sometimes sadness or I don't
Emotions.
emotions, yes, and also we laugh and but it's so it, yes um, maybe is I told you yesterday I was in a very beautiful I had very beautiful insights and today I felt more this human beingness, and it was like to fall from the heaven to the very hard floor, and I feel yes,
yeah. So
take it
what
easy. Only a human being. We have to do nothing better or to improve,
but
and
when a thought is coming, I'm a human being. If you look at that thought, I'm a human being. If you look at that thought and then you ask the question, who is looking at that thought? Is it a human being who is looking at that thought?
it's all happening in consciousness.
Yes, this is the interest.
Yes.
Is the direction is to, you know, the self-inquiry also of Ramana Maharishi is to always come back to who is experiencing that, who is
Yes.
saying, who is looking at the one who is saying I'm a human being. The one
Yes.
who is looking is not a human being. So
But
what I am is not a human being. It's
yes,
experiencing a human being. That's the difference.
yes, experience a human being. But if something happened like a bomb is falling in the house now, in this moment, you will not think I'm consciousness.
But the
And
human being will continue you know, it happens like that. When you have, according to your level of consciousness, um if you have not at all awareness, then you will be dragged everywhere and totally identified all the time, 100%. But if you have some level of consciousness, some space between that, then of course, when there will be some high level of trigger, like not even a bomb, even someone tell you something or some, so you will again contract, go back to identification. But and then what you do, you again come out of it. So it's a practice, it's a game of. We have been seen so long. How many lives have we been identified with the body and mind? So the habit is so strong. So it's a way of coming back to awareness. And when the mind say, I am a human being, I can jump on the thought, take it like a clothes and say, oh, it's me who is speaking. I'm a human being. Or I can step back and look at the thought. We say, I am a human being. And then I stay quiet. You see? So I have always the option. So the more I do that, the more I can have space between what I am and the thoughts and the emotions and the feeling in the body. So that's the practice, to have more and more and more and more space. Through each event, it's like a glue, you know, we had a glue of I with that. So the more we do, the less glue is there. And then we realize more and more that I'm not a human being, I'm consciousness. We experience a human being. So if you ask to most of people, they will say, I am a human being. But the more you go, the more you will be able to experience I'm consciousness, experiencing a human being experience, you know. So that's also evolution. And so there's many levels of evolution. And in this book, it took more from the highest. And if you had some glimpse of that, it can also be inspiring for you, as it is for me. And because it's really that who's speaking. And when he say you are immaculate, it's not the person, it's the consciousness. So he bring back our attention again and again, through listening to something like that. It's bringing back our consciousness to that which is not human. Consciousness which is experiencing this show like that. That's why it's touched by nothing. So what is there to renounce for consciousness, for the self? Nothing, because it's already perfect. So the mind is complex, let it go. If we listen to every thought of the mind, I'm a human being, I need that, I like that, I don't like that. If we listen, the more attention I put there, it means I go with my attention there, on the mind, on the thought, and I validate it, then it became real. I'm a human being. So do I want to continue to make it more and more and more and more real, or do I want to step back and to learn to step back from that? That's meditation in life, in action. And sitting closed eyes or open eyes, that's the path. So until, like this Ashtavakra Janaka realize the self, which is not at all touched by anything. So they speak from that. Know the peace of dissolution, the peace of realizing that there is nothing to achieve, there is nothing to renounce, there is nowhere to go. The universe arises from you like a foam from the sea. Know yourself as one, enter the peace of dissolution. Like an imagined snake in a rope, the universe appears to exist. It appears to exist. So it's my choice to continue to confirm it again and again, every thought. That's what I was reading this morning, few words of Ramana Maharishi. You know, when thoughts come, I have the choice to confirm them. So it's like I have a button, a magic button, and I click on the button, and thought appear, and I click yes. I put a light on it. Yes, yes, yes. Then I validate. I'm a human being. I this. I suffer. I this. Click, click, yes, yes. Then it becomes my reality wherever I put my attention. But if I withdraw from that, then my reality change. So that's repent, like Jesus said, repent, turn back to that what is witnessing all this show. So seeing this, you know, there is nothing to dissolve, because it's not really even existing, happening. It's an imagined show. But they speak from this space, no? So we can hear, you know, whatever we can grasp or hear from that space, then we are welcome to feel from where it comes. You are
But when so many things are happening around, disturbing things in the world,
yes, so now
how
you
to
see,
go?
we have to be very slow. Now you see, there was a thought, but when there is so many things happening in the world, what is it now? It's another thought, what the mind says, right? Can you look at it? Can you be witness of that thought? Who is looking at that thought? Somebody, something might be looking at it. Who is aware of that thought? You see, there is so many trouble in the world. Who is looking at that thought? That is consciousness. Consciousness is just a witness. Like Ishwar said, the mind is a talker. The soul is a listener. The soul is a listener. Just listen. The soul listens what the mind says. Because the soul is not involved in the show. The soul is just listening. It's like a mother who welcomes everything. This is unconditional of the soul or consciousness. She listens to everything what the child mind has to say. But she knows it's not real. So it's just thoughts, you know. And even not only the thought in the mind, but even the image appearing, conscious know it's just image appearing on the screen. So this we might realize slowly more and more by introspection, meditation. So it's up to each one of us to do that. Nobody can do it for us. So you are perfect, changeless. Now try to feel to whom this is speaking. Is it speaking to the person, or is it speaking to something else, which is beyond the person, which is here, very quiet, very silent? We can call it Atma, soul. You are perfect. You are changeless. Through misery and happiness, hope and despair, life and death, this is a state of dissolution. To realize that you are untouched by anything as consciousness, as a self. I am infinite space. The universe is a jar, a pot. This I know. No need to renounce, accept, or destroy. No need to renounce, accept, or destroy. You see, this is going beyond even the step we learn to accept, to surrender, and this is beautiful, and to renounce in spirituality. But this stage, which is the ultimate, for that what you are, there is no need to renounce anything, no need to accept anything, no need to destroy anything, because you are the most beautiful and perfect. I am a shoreless ocean, the universe makes waves, this I know. No need to renounce, accept, or destroy. And when you hear, if you can receive these words from where they come, it's totally freeing. Instantly you feel, wow, you can't say anything, it's just like wow, like that. I am mother of pearl, this universe is the illusion of silver, this I know, no need to renounce, accept, or destroy. I am in all beings are in me, this I know, no need to renounce, accept, or destroy. Janaka said, in me the shoreless ocean, the arc of universe drifts here and there on the winds of its nature. I am not impatient. You see what Suzanne said about the waves. Yesterday I was feeling high, now low. This is very beautiful to see that, you know, that we go down on the wave and up on the wave. But now we can ask the real question, who is looking at the ocean, at the waves of high and low? If I can experience them, the high and low, I might not be the one who is going on the waves, who is struggling to stay up and to avoid to go down. Maybe I'm that which is aware of these high and lows of the waves.
But what I wanted to say, I was not high in the wave or down. I was not more in the up and down of the waves. And for me, it's very funny to see how it can come back like a so
Yes,
it
but notice what happened. You see, let's say it's not the eye of a waves. But what happened when I have been trapped in this a lot, like everyone probably, is when something like this happen, afterwards, what happens? The mind want to keep it, because it's a habit of the mind. So it tried to hold on to something, but it's not something we can hold on. But it's too late. We came back to the mind, identification to the mind, we want to hold it. It's subtle, but it's so subtle that we are trapped and say, oh, I lost it. But it's not true. It's just we went through the mind again, we try to hold it again. That this action, we try to keep it, hold it again, make us feel I have lost it. But it's an illusion. It's always there, what we are. You see? So this is this way we have to see that it's never lost. And when we try to keep it, then it's already too late. We are back in the mind, through the mind. So it's as you say, it might not be an eye of the wave, but the action was to go back on the waves, and then say, oh, where is it? So, but the more we look and we are aware, the more we'll understand and see how it works, and all movement of the mind, and that is not graspable. This is what the mind does not like, is this mystery that we are cannot be grasped, it cannot be understood, it cannot be controlled, and the mind would like that. And we try to practice and sadhanas, and that's what I was listening to Ishwa Puri yesterday or this morning, who said, Baba Sawan was saying like that. He presented this as a teaching, because the mind liked teaching, but in truth, the teaching is not really working. It's just to give something for the mind until you realize that it's also not working, because whatever we do is with the mind, the help of the mind, and we will. So it's to realize at the end is to realize that it's not reachable. We're already that it's not reachable, and whatever we do will fail. So that's beautiful in a way, because I have nothing to do for that. Everything in the world I have to do something to achieve, to practice, but for that what I am, I have nothing to do. So that's such a big joke in a way also, and but for the mind it's not acceptable. It does not like that, because you have been trained like you have to struggle to get what you want, and even peace. But the true masters and teaching tell us the peace is already there. So instead of searching for the peace, just stop going out and go to the mind and grasp thoughts, beliefs, and this play of pushing and pulling, I like, I don't like. Look at the wave of like and dislike, preferences, desires, aversion. Look at it and stay quiet behind that. So that's the message of the masters mostly. So in me, the shoreless ocean, the universe is imagined. I am still and formless. In this alone I abide. The self is not in objects, nor are objects in the pure and infinite self. The self is tranquil, free of attachment and desire. In this alone as abide. Alone as I abide. I am awareness alone. The world is passing show. How can thoughts arise of acceptance of rejection, and where? So now if we learn to see all the thoughts, because it's like a movie, or a supermarket, you go to a shop and the mind goes through, I like, I don't like, I want, I don't want, it's always busy in this game. So now if you step back from that and look at the mind, is always looking for what will give me comfort. I like is what will give me comfort, and I dislike is what will not give me comfort, will give me discomfort, like this. The mind is busy all the time in that. So either we continue in this business, which why not business, or either we understand it's not I will never be satisfied, because it's a world of opposite. What if I withdraw from that and look at this businessman who is always trying to attract what he likes and push away what he doesn't like? So that's what also what Jesus did in the temple of, there was some merchant in the temple, and he get angry, and he was kicking the table, and he said, go away, this is the place of my father. This is, yes, it's not a business place. So this can be taken at least as a metaphor. Who are the merchants in the temple? The temple is consciousness, and the businessman is mind, who is always busy in like and dislike. So with consciousness, we can give a kick to that system and look at the waves, and not be involved in that system as much as possible, to just witness that and stay as a pure self. So when the mind desires or grieves things, accept or reject things, is pleased or displeased by things, this is bondage. You see? I repeat, when the mind desires or grieves things, accepts or rejects, pull and push, always the same movement, is pleased, I like, or displeased, I don't like by things, this is bondage. So now the question is, do I want to stay in that identification with that businessman, or am I tired enough? Do I listen for the invitation of the sage to step back from that? That's why, it's not bad to be tired by the mind and the world, because that's what will pull us back in this witness consciousness, and to look at these waves of the mind and to see, that's not me. This mind, I'm tired, this is not what I am. Yes. So it's good to be tired from the world, and that's why we came gather together. Yes. Yes. We can close, and Suzanne, together, because it's already, it would be nicer to close together. Anything to finish?
Nice topic.
Yes, so we are in chapter 8 now. We might continue next week, I don't know.
Beautiful, thank you. It was very nice.
Yes, I felt so inspired by it. Huh?
Awakening. It was awakening.
Yes, it's another level. You see, it's really.
It's from that book.
Ashtavakra Gita. Yes, and by
chance,
me,
I can take it and relate to the situation here. It's like, I know it's a play. All this bombing and cruelty and this, and I ask myself why I'm doing this, because I feel something wants to participate with my people as a human being, but in the same time I know this is a play.
You can witness that, yes.
And witnessing, yes.
So beautiful. So I'm very happy that we came together. And yes, I this audiobook I put on the WhatsApp group, so you can look if you want. But otherwise, we'll continue next week. I think so. And so you are welcome. And yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Seeing you, meeting you again.
Yes. Namaste. Bye.
Namaste. Bye, everybody.
Yes. Have a great week. Bye.
Take care.
Yes, take care.